What's up, Rad Rover owners? I am back as promised with the results of the upgrade kit for the Rad Rover. So let's get into it. So before we get started, do me a favor, if you like motorcycles, you like e-bikes, and the parts associated with those things, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. You'll be notified anytime I put up any new content. I try to get videos out at least maybe once a week. So let's jump into what you are here to see. Exciting news. If you watched my last video, you'll see that I installed the Bolton e-bikes Rad Rover specific upgrade kit, which I showed in the last video. It basically gives you the updated controller and an updated screen. That's it. No batteries, no motors, nothing like that. Just the controller and the screen. So now I'm here to tell you what it actually does. So first off, let's talk about the install, because it's certainly worth mentioning. It was challenging, to say the least. Let's take a look at some of the footage from my install of the parts. All right, so we're at the beginning stages of the install for this Bolton controller and ran into a couple issues right off the bat, so just wanted to go over those. Came out here to take a look at it, make sure the wiring was going to match up, get an idea in my head how I was going to mount this thing on the bike. So let's go over what I'm running into. So the first things first, I checked the wiring to make sure that was all going to match up. It looks like it's going to match up. I haven't undone anything yet. I was just searching to make sure I had all the same plugs. The first thing I noticed was this plug right here was up inside this tube. It was tucked up in here, so I had to turn the handlebars all the way to the side to get enough slack, pull the wire down in order to get this plug outside of the down tube. There's a little rubber grommet right here that goes in this hole, and you got to kind of grab it with pliers, pull that out so you can get enough slack to get this plug out and get to it. So that's issue one. Feeding the wires out of the tube. Careful not to unplug anything and lose it up in there. The next thing, so here's the stock controller on the Rad Rover. It's got this special little bracket on the side of it, which helps it kind of cup around this tube. This is 1.5 inch diameter tube here. The new controller is perfectly flat, right? So it's going to be a little awkward mounting this flat surface to a round tube, right? Not to mention, this is easily double the width of this little one here. So my initial thought was I was going to use some U-bolts. That's kind of how the setup is here with these little things that go around. And I went to Lowe's to grab a couple different versions. I could not find anything, with an 1.5 inch diameter to get me around this tube. They're all too small. They won't fit around. So they did not have what I needed there. And then I got to thinking even further about that method. And I see it as a problem because you're gonna have to mount to these tabs right here, right? And it's a flat surface, so the minute you kind of start to tighten those down, you're gonna end up bending this tab. It's quite thin and flimsy. So I don't think that that's gonna work anyway. You're best off to use that hole in the middle there and kind of bolt it right into the tube. The Bolton guy uses a nutsert tool thing to put a threaded hole in there. I don't have one of those, so I don't know what my best option is going to be. I don't really want to zip tie it. I want it to be on there very secure. So we're still figuring this out. This is my one knock on this kit so far, before it's even on there, is that it doesn't come with any mounting hardware. You gotta just figure it out. So if you're a person that can just figure stuff out and solve it, great. For those of you who don't want it handed to you on a silver platter and it just bolts right on, that's not the case for this. So just keep that in mind. I'll figure it out. I like to do that. I like to problem solve and just figure a way to make it work. So I will figure it out. I will let you know what the solution is I come up with. All right, guys, I think I got this thing mounted on there. It's been quite an adventure. I've been working on this for probably 2 hours. It's been pretty tough, honestly, because you have limited room to work. You gotta deflate the tire so you can have some, space in here to get things mounted. I'm covered in grease from the chain. I've got it on there. I've got it mounted, which I think it's pretty secure on there. But it's been tough, you're just limited room to work. You got to use your right angle drive to drill holes. I'm breaking drill bits, trying to get sockets on stuff. It's really tight down here where you got the wires hanging and blocking the mounting tab. That's my one complaint so far about this system is I wish I had the mounting piece of it already figured out for you and included it in the box, because having to figure it out yourself, I mean, yeah, I figured it out because I can do that. Not everyone can do that. Some people just want it to mount on easily and be done in 10 minutes. This was a couple hours. The guy on the website, he used like a nutsert tool to put a threaded thing in there to put a bolt in. I don't have that tool. I'm not going to go buy that tool. I thought about using U-bolts, but these tabs here, you can see that if you put a U-bolt through there and then you try to tighten it down, you're gonna just bending this thing around because there's nothing supporting the back of it. So what I ended up doing was I just, I got some space here. I drilled a little bit of a hole, and then I just used a self-tapping metal screw with a hex head on it. I'll show you exactly what I bought from Lowe's. So I put one of those on the top and one on the bottom, through the mounting tab. And then I also have like outdoor super strong Velcro on here. The whole length of the controller on this down tube. So those two things I think are going to keep it pretty secure. I might throw a zip tie on there too, just for peace of mind, but it's on there. It's not going anywhere at this point. I'll, show you pictures of everything I bought so you can do it too. But I mean, you're gonna need a right angle drive unless you're gonna take the back tire off. Then it'll be super easy probably to do it all. But that was my solution, guys. I encourage you to come up with something better if you can. But I don't know. I think this worked out pretty well. It's on there. It's not really going anywhere, man. It's pretty stiff on there. It's bolted right into the bike. So we're good to go. Let's get this thing wired up and programmed. All right. So as you can see, you need to be a bit of a problem solver to decide how you want to do it. If you want to use my method, great. If you can think of something better to do, go for it. That's probably my biggest complaint about the kit, is just that it doesn't come with the brackets and whatever you would need to install it easily. You're forced to just figure it out yourself how you want to do it. So we're good to go there. Next thing I'll talk about is programming the display. I'll be very brief with that because honestly it is super easy. If you can set your digital watch, you can program that display. All the settings are listed on the website where you buy the kit. I think I programmed the screen in like under 3 minutes. It was super fast. I don't want to waste a lot of time on that. Don't worry about that at all. It is crazy easy. So let's get into the meat of what you want to know, and that's the results and what does it get you? What does it do? Is it worth the money? The short answer is yes. Now, let me tell you how I tested it. I did 4 tests. I did a acceleration test. I did a acceleration test that was timed 0 to 20 miles an hour. I did a hill climb test, which was up a steady inclining hill, nothing really crazy steep, but just a nice steady even hill climb, where I used throttle only. And I also timed it. And then I also did a top speed run, which was mostly flat and downhill. So here you go, man. Here's the results. Let's take a look at what happened. well, there it is, guys. Some important things I do want to mention, though, that I really feel you need to know before you buy this kit. So let's talk about the display a little bit. The old display, the battery segment, had like 6 different segments to show you how your battery is decreasing. The new display only has 4. So you're not getting quite as detailed information on the battery life. This screen's color, the old one's black and white, whatever. So that's an upgrade for sure. This one has an ambient temperature gauge on it, so you can actually see the outside temperature, which I thought was a cool addition. I like that. This one has a USB port on the side of it, so which the old one doesn't. So you can actually plug your phone in, or if you need to charge something, you can do that with this new display. So that was a good upgrade. The other thing I want to mention, which some of you might find important, I don't really care, is the odometer. Okay, so you're changing out the controller and also the screen, so your mileage on your bike gets reset to 0. You lose all mileage that you had listed on your odometer. So if you're a person that's super proud of, I've got 3,000 miles on my bike, well, that's going to get wiped to 0, and you're going to start at 0. I only had like 350 miles at the most on mine, and I don't really care. So not an issue for me, maybe for others, but your odometer is going to get set back to 0. Maybe there's some way to program the right number in there. I don't know. Like I said, I don't care, but something to know. I think that's all for display items. The performance of it, you saw it. I mean, I don't even know if I really needed to do all the tests. It's a dramatic difference, really. You notice it. It pulls a lot harder off the line and gets you to top speed way faster. So, like I said, I don't even need the side-by-side videos. Like it's night and day difference on this kit. It totally revamps this bike. It is like a completely different bike. The throttle is, it's faster off the line using the throttle, but I can also feel it in the pedal assist. Pedal assist 1, like I don't think I've been out of pedal assist 1 yet, because it feels like it gives me more power through every pedal assist. So note that as well. You can, this programming in this controller there's all kinds of stuff you can alter and tweak, so you might even be able to set the pedal assist sensors differently. I don't really want to mess with it too much, so I'm just going to leave it as is, but it feels more powerful in every aspect so far. Now there's a couple things that I can't comment about yet, and that is the longevity of this kit. This thing could burn my bike down tomorrow. I don't know, but I guess we're gonna find out. So I've only had it on there for literally like 4 days, and I've only ridden it like 2 or 3 times, so I can't talk about the longevity or the quality of this kit yet at all. Right now I'm happy with it, so we'll see what happens. I can't talk about the range. I would imagine, given the amount of power that you get from this, I would imagine it's depleting your battery way faster, and you're going to decrease your range a lot if you're using it a lot. If you're not going to use it a lot, then you'll be fine, but it's way more powerful, so I would imagine your range is going to go way down. I don't ever ride this bike for more than like 10 or 11 miles at a time, so it's kind of irrelevant for me, but expect your range to go down. I did see a little bit of increase in the top speed, nothing to brag about, a couple miles an hour. Another thing I can't talk about is how water resistant or waterproof this kit is. I have no idea. I probably never will, because I don't really ride this thing through water. I don't go through wet mud a lot, and I don't ride it in the rain, so I don't know. I have no idea how it does with water. I guess we'll see on that as well. So guys, one of the last things I'll mention is I have no affiliation with this company or this kit. I paid for this myself. I bought this for my bike. I'm not going to put any links to it or provide you the links. If you really want it, you can go find it. I've said the name of it a million times. Just Google their website and you can go get it. I'm not paid to do this or anything. I'm just some guy in North Carolina that bought this, and I'm giving you my opinion on it and showing you the results of what you get, so you know if you want to buy it for your bike or not. So there you go. I hope you gain something out of this video. If you own a Rad Rover, mine is a 2018. They make it for the 2018, the 2019. I think it fits other models of the Rad Rover, but don't ask me which kit, which bikes the kit fits on, because I don't know for sure. Just go to the website and look. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, leave me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe to see more. If you have questions on the kit, or you want me to do another test on it, let me know in the comments. I try to answer as many comments as I can. I'm happy to answer anything about the kit so far. Like I said, I've only had it on there for a few days, so far so good. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna try to do some more on it, some more videos where you can see me riding it at length and how it performs. And I'll keep you updated if I run into any issues with it. I guess we'll find out. But like I said, so far so good. It is a dramatic change to the bike. I'm very pleased so far. I guess we'll see how it works long term. And thanks guys for hanging out and watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you gained some useful information out of it.